you know.
I appreciate that, man. How do you handle not being like was there ever like a project that you did that you thought was going to catapult your career and it didn't? And if that was the case, or have you ever been a part of something that wasn't as successful as you wanted it to be? And how did you deal with that? Or did you just not give a fuck?
You know what? I don't want to. I'm not trying to flex. I have always been very careful. When I was 17, I was in a Hannah Montana movie, and I was
I have
just
that in my notes as a talking point.
oh, okay. And I was like, I was just like, man, at the time I had reps that were like, this is gonna be huge. You're gonna be a big star, kid. And I was just like, nah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think this is gonna do. I had no idea it would actually end up paying off way later, and I'll get into that. But that's beside the point. But that was the thing that was just like everyone was talking about how it was gonna catapult me, and I think it did help me get. It sounds weird. I don't want to speak out of turn because I can't speak for people involved. But there was a little story with like X-Men and felt like it was going to go another way, and then my like agent or something sent casting like this video of me getting mobbed because I was in that movie in London. And then anyway, so like, but that was like 2 years later or 3 years later, and it was like they made it seem like it was just going to go boom. And I was like, I know that movie. I'm not hating on that movie in any way, but I was like, the things that I wanted to do, I didn't think that the Hannah Montana movie was going to get me there. But then again, that was myopic. That was nearsighted. I was like 17 years old. What the hell did I know? So, but I just remember, it was the way they blew it up. People around me, and I was like, guys, I need to stay. I'm 17 years old, but I still know better. I don't think this is going to happen like this because of
You
this
don't
film.
know shit, man. You're fucking
Yeah.
17. We fucking know what we're talking about. We've been here for years. Hey, I just passed on a project because it was a show that's gonna be on the I don't want to say the platform it's gonna be on.
Yeah, I know.
Because I definitely shitted on the platform. But they was like, you don't want to audition. I was like, first of all, I'm not auditioning to play this dude's best friend. That's number one. Number two, I don't think anyone's gonna see this show on a platform, yo. I don't see it. And what I was like, I'm looking for something that's going to elevate my career. That goes to what you were just speaking about. Like, I was like, I don't think this is the project that's going to elevate where I'm at right now. I think I'm better off with people looking at a MacGyver rerun or a YouTube video. I think more people
just finished 2 months ago. I know it feels like it probably feels. I know it probably feels like it's because you're like accelerating, you're moving so fast, and then stops, and then you're like, where's the job? And it's so normal to be there right now. It's only been 2 months, and also, isn't this like I can't remember. It's been so long since I've been in that part of the game. But isn't this kind of like a dead area right now?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. Because pilot. I think they say pilot season is technically year round now, but I still feel like this is kind of a down moment until probably I would think after 4th of July, and maybe that's when stuff pick back up again.
And then when it does, and it's like it's tough because we got done in the middle of the year, but it is what it is. But I think it's only been 2 months. That is nothing, man. I remember I got done with when I moved to LA, David Straighten. So for people who don't know, David Straighten was our directing producer for the last 2 years on MacGyver.
Yeah, I believe so. Yep.
And he put me in my first job ever when I moved to LA. So this was after the Hannah Montana movie. I moved to LA when I was 18, and I was there for 2 weeks, and I booked a job on House. David Straighten gave it to me.
Wow. And
I remember talking to Cal Penn. He was on there, and he was a regular on there at that point. And I was a huge fan from Harold and Kumar. And we were talking, and he was just like, you've been here for 2 weeks? And I was like, yeah, I mean, it's no big deal. And he was like, that's a big deal. And you're going to do good. And anyway, shout out to Cal. Thanks for being a fan, supporter. And then I booked another guest star 2 weeks later on a show called Medium. I don't know if you remember it.
Yeah, I remember that too. Yep.
Yeah.
It was on NBC, right?
Yeah. And then I booked, and I moved out in September. Okay. All of this happens before November. I also then booked a Jackie Chan movie, which
I just saw that, which is, I don't know if you ever told me that. I didn't see the movie, but I saw it. I went on your IMDb, and I was like, he did a movie with Jackie Chan. I don't know if you ever, did you have scenes with him?
Bro, I fought him.
I don't know. Let me tell you how this speaks to your character in humility. Because, you know, I was coming off of Rush Hour, the TV series.
Right.
And I can't remember you ever bringing up, like, I fought Jackie Chan in a movie. Like, I don't even, so, I mean, that just speaks how much of a better person you are than me. Because I was like, hey, everybody, I just fucking did Rush Hour. I want you to know. Did I tell you I'm fucking just was... Everybody, I was number one once, you know.
Yeah, exactly. If I was number one on a network show and I worked as hard as you did, I would be telling everyone.
That's probably what it was. Yeah, I worked my ass off.
That's the thing. I get it, you know. But we'll get back to that because that, you know, that seems to be the only thing I like to talk about sometimes. Like you, if you're talking about it, I like to talk about it. It's hard. No one gets it because, dude, we'll circle back to this because it is insane. But so I booked that Jackie Chan movie. Okay, so like I'm 18 years old. I'm fresh out in LA. I just booked 3 jobs before the year's over, and then it was like 6 months of unemployment, and I was just like, oh man. And by the way, the Hannah Montana movie had come out, and they had told me that it was going to be huge for my career, and I was going to get all this work and blah blah blah. And I was like, I don't know. I'm not. Again, not shitting on the movie. It's just I didn't know that the type of stuff that I wanted to do was going to help, and it just didn't take off at 6 months. Now 6 months doesn't seem like that long, especially now I'm successful, but it's like that is excruciating when you're in LA during pilot season. The first 6 months of the year, the time we just talked about, is the busy time, and you're like, you got nothing. Oh man, it's a wrist-slitting time. It's bad.
Right.
And but anyways,
I've been through it. I've been through it, man. You know,
it's only been 2 months since we quit MacGyver. So, and there could be people expecting you to go back to. There was people who were like, "So is it coming back? It's coming back." And I heard it's coming back. It's like, no, I don't think. No one's told me that.
I'm about to say I haven't gotten that memo.
No.
There was definitely times when I wasn't booking for sure. This is the longest I've been unemployed in 6 years. You know.
Wow.
Yeah, because even from Rush Hour to MacGyver, that was only 3 weeks I was unemployed before I got that call. You know?
See, that's why you're like, this is weird.
Yeah, it is.
It's over half of a decade, by the way.
That's crazy. Yeah, man, that's crazy. I remember when I was about to get married, I did my last, like, I haven't had a regular job since, and I would say like 11 years or so. It was right before I was about to get married, and I was doing some promotion. I used to do like promotion shit, like hand out free items and shit like that at events. And I'm handing out these socks at this Nike event. And I'm just handing out free Nike socks or some shit. And I was like, what the fuck am I doing, yo? I was like, I did not move out here to be handing out socks to people. I was like, I just got to bet on myself, yo. And I was like, I'm done. I'm like, this is it. I gotta be successful. I gotta go book some shit. I gotta go create some shit. And that's part of where that drive came from. And I never looked back after that. So
good for you. Yeah. And look what happened.
Yeah. I'm doing a podcast with fucking sharp.